Everyone, it's Dana with Lunasoul Energy Journey, and I'm here to guide you through a process for connecting with your inner compass. This is a compilation of resources that are available to us from ourselves at any time that we're going through physical or emotional distress, or when we're working on a goal, or we just need answers to some questions. And so, what the purpose is to help to keep us connected to our broader spiritual selves via these channels that we have inside of ourselves. So, some of us already have a connection to spiritual resources such as God or spirit guides or anything along those lines. And so this process is activating the parts of us that connect to that, so that when we're feeling blocked to inspiration or spiritual guidance, we can come back to these parts of ourselves, activate them, and that will create greater flow between us and our resources around us. Um, this is especially important during times of outer chaos, like many of us are experiencing right now, because our systems can get caught in fight, flight, or freeze. And so, this is a self soothing mechanism that helps to bring us into a greater state of supportedness and relaxation as well. So, you might want to have something to jot down with as we go through this. Some of you may get messages, some of you may not. That doesn't matter. The whole point of this exercise is the activation of the compass that can resource us. And with practice, you will start to get some messages or insights, and you may end up focusing on one part of the compass or another. One part might be stronger for you than another, and that's completely fine too. It all gets activated through this practice. So bring some awareness to how you're breathing right now. Notice if it's a rapid breath, a slow breath, and notice the pace of your breathing and the sound of it. And just try to slow it down a little bit. And as you do that, I want you to bring a question, issue, or challenge to the forefront of your mind, something that you're working through right now. And as you do that, I want you to pay attention to what's going on in your body in response to that. You might feel tightness somewhere, or pain, or vibration, or an emotion. A physical sensation is what you're looking for. And once you feel that, I want you to put your hand there if you can reach it. Otherwise, just bring your full awareness to that area. And say to that part of yourself, thank you for your wisdom. I am listening. And then just close your eyes and listen and see if you get any more information from that body part. It might come to you in the way of a message, an image, or a deepening of sensation. Whatever it is, notice, acknowledge it, write it down if you'd like. Feel free to pause the video if you need to. And now we're going to connect into our gut, our belly brains. So this is a magnificent part of our physical and energy system. Our physical gut from our digestive system has billions of neurons. And it's often referred to as our second brain because of that. It's constantly receiving information from the outside world and sending that information to our brains. It goes back and forth between the two via the vagus nerve, but our belly brains often receive the information first. And so when you get a gut feeling about something, even before you can cognitively understand it, that's coming through your belly brain via the system, this complex system of neurons. And we're getting that information in ways that we don't even quite understand yet. So I'd like you to bring both hands to your lower belly and ask your belly brain, what information are you receiving right now in regards to my issue? And again, if you'd like, you can close your eyes to bring deep listening and awareness here. And with that deep listening, you're already activating this part of your compass, even if you don't get any specific messages yet. And if you do, feel free to write those down. Now we're going to move into our chakra system. So our chakras are power centers along the midline of our bodies that empower our lives, each with its own aspect, its own quality. And so what we're going to do is touch on each of them physically with our hand. And I'll describe them to you as we go along. And just notice the response from each one. It's going to be kind of quick. We're just going to scan through. Touch the top of your head. This is your crown chakra that connects you with divine and spiritual connection and resources. Your third eye chakra connects you to intuition in the way of clairvoyance. Your throat chakra connects you to expression of your physical voice, as well as to spaciousness in your life. Your heart chakra connects you to compassion, relation to others, and courage. Your solar plexus chakra, right above your navel, between your rib cage, connects you to expression of your identity, of your personal power, and your motivation to move forward. Your sacral chakra, which you can reach right below your belly button, connects you to your sexual power, to your reproductive self, and that includes any creative production in yourself, any creative projects, and also to your subconscious. And now we'll connect to our root chakra, which is at our perineal floor, a little harder to reach. You can simply place your hands a few inches away from your groin between your legs. And you can imagine this power center that connects you to your foundation, to your grounding, to your structure. So now I'd like you to bring your hand to the power center that gave you the most response, that caught your attention the most on our way through the centers. And I'd like you to again close your eyes and ask this power center, what power do you have to offer me in regards to my challenge or issue? Again, practicing some slow, deep listening to see if you have any messages hidden in that chakra that want to be expressed. Great. And now we're going to move into our inner voice. So this part of our inner compass is our unconditional witness. It's also referred to as our higher self. It's a part of us that's always watching what we are doing in our lives without any judgment. It's the part that can offer us our highest form of wisdom, highest vibration, and it can often be confused with all the other voices that are in our heads. We've got lots of those. Those are voices from our ego, from our organizational parts of our brains, from our relatives, from our bosses, coworkers, other people's opinions. So it's none of that we're listening to right now. It's the voice that comes from deeper within. And there's a couple of ways to access it and listen to it. So I'm going to have you first just say hello to yourself. Hello. and notice that there's a part of you that's listening. That's your seat of consciousness. So try it again. Hello. That part of you is listening and will respond to any questions that you want to present to it. So you can go ahead and ask that part of yourself any questions in relation to your issue. And the other technique that you can use to connect to this part of yourself is to imagine that there is an older version of yourself sitting in front of you, someone that is 20 years older than you, and very wise and very joyful, and is exactly where you would want to be in 20 years. So I'd like you to ask that version of yourself to offer you advice and wisdom in regards to your issue, and just see what that version of you says. That is a representation of your inner voice. And you can feel free to dialogue back and forth with this part of yourself. And just see what wisdom is offered. Make note of it if you'd like. You may notice that it's easier to tap into one part or another, or that you got maybe some scattered messages, maybe conflicting messages or messages that don't make sense. All of that is okay. We're just activating the compass. And what you can do with any messages that you did get is you can put them by your bedside and ask your dreams or your sleep to help you integrate them. So that's another part of the compass that is a whole other world in and of itself that we can access. We'll talk about that at a different time. But your dreams can bring you messages and images from all of these parts of yourself and beyond, and can help you understand the messages that you're receiving. So if you have any questions, please reach out. Feel free. You can contact me on Instagram or via email, dayna@lunasoulenergyjourney.com. I'm offering distance sessions right now, as I usually do, with the addition of a relief session, which is a short and affordable session, 30 minutes for $40, that gives you some brief release and relief. It gives you a card reading from my Oracle card deck and an energy infusion into one part of your life that is needing support, or one part of your body. And I'm offering that session for free to a few different groups of people. Anyone who's in financial distress where they can't pay for their basic bills, and also any frontline workers, healthcare workers, cashiers, farm workers, people who are holding it together for us in our society right now. That's my gift to you. And feel free to schedule anything online, or for the free sessions, shoot me an email or a message, lunasoulenergyjourney.com. And I really look forward to connecting with you again. And I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this guided process. Have a beautiful day.